I choose to get rid of the stuff that's not serving me to make space for what matters. I want a home that feels like a peaceful sanctuary, and clutter really robs me of that feeling of peace and calm. It's distracting and chaotic. Living a minimalist lifestyle for 14 years, here are a few common mistakes made while decluttering. Not knowing why we want to declutter can prevent us from starting and also from finishing our decluttering projects. Identifying why we want to declutter helps give us purpose and motivation. For me, decluttering has more to do with my peace of mind. Having clutter can zap me of my energy and creativity. I also find it more difficult to concentrate and become agitated when my space is filled with clutter. Ultimately, I declutter so I can have a tidy, inviting home where I can relax and have some peace. Not identifying the purpose of each room can make it really difficult to declutter, but especially to organize. Giving each room in my house no more than 3 purposes, it makes decluttering and organizing easy. If the item doesn't go with the room's purpose, I either toss it or move it to the room it belongs in. I wouldn't want to keep beach towels and sunscreens in the living room because the purpose of the living room is for visiting, family entertainment, and relaxing. The only thing that belongs in the living room are the items that support this purpose, like board games, TV, cozy throws, and of course, whichever book I'm currently reading. Sometimes we tend to be our own worst critics. I remember the first time I began to declutter, I was really embarrassed by how much stuff I had accumulated. I felt guilty about spending so much money on things that I really didn't care that much about. It was difficult enough to let go of my things, and the last thing I needed was to judge myself on top of it also. None of us are perfect, and we all make choices that aren't perfect either. At the end of the day, I just have to remind myself that when I purchased this item, I was simply making a choice, and now I'm simply choosing to do something else with it. I can't change the choices I've made in the past, but I can choose to do better today. Nothing makes me feel more overwhelmed than looking at a huge project and thinking, how in the world am I going to get all of this done? If I take on a project that is too overwhelming or large, I instantly feel overwhelmed and discouraged. And what happens is I typically don't get started because I become paralyzed by the sheer size of the project ahead of me. Decluttering can be a massive undertaking, especially if you are new to it. Take baby steps. Declutter one shelf, a drawer, or one box at a time. And bit by bit, soon, the entire room will be decluttered. When I baby step my way through a large project like decluttering, with each little step, I start to feel more and more confident of my abilities, which helps keep me motivated, and I can finish to the end feeling good about it. where you're at, mentally, emotionally, and physically. We are all different and our needs vary depending on each day. So really listen to your body and honor what it's telling you. Maybe I'm not emotionally ready to give up my great-grandmother's glass canisters. Maybe I never will be, and that's okay. I honor the feelings that I have today so that hopefully I won't make any decisions that I might regret later. I usually have pretty high expectations of what I can accomplish in the day, but because of my brain injury, I don't always have the energy that I need to complete a big task. And so I honor how I'm feeling that day and I take a step back and rest, because the last thing I want to do is to push myself to the point of exhaustion. Decluttering with my future in mind is a lot like trying to reach a goal when I don't know what the goal is. When I can visualize what my end goal is, it's so much easier to stay on task. By decluttering with my future in mind, I'm less likely to hold on to old, outdated things that don't fit into my future lifestyle, like hobbies that I've lost interest in. I'm also far less likely to get rid of something that I might value later on. Decluttering is like an onion, and every time I declutter, it's like peeling off another layer of the onion. After I've decluttered once, there's usually quite a few things that are still left for another day of decluttering. So each time I declutter, another layer gets peeled off. I've been a minimalist for 14 years and I'm still decluttering because I change and my lifestyle changes, my interests and hobbies change. So with my growing and adapting and changing to new things, so must my possessions change. Make your decluttering process personalized for you. What works for me or someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. Do what feels right and that fits in with your goals and your values and your future. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please consider subscribing. Maybe check out some of these other videos on mindful living. Have a beautiful day.